Hello everyone, welcome to Redmen TV. It is the player ratings for Liverpool 2. Sean Dyche's fouling, nasty, throwing plays on the floor. Burnley 0. Liverpool top of the league. Great performance in Liverpool. We're going to get into some of your player ratings and my player ratings as well. We'll do this together. I will go through each player, each one at a time. We'll do some discussion points, get your thoughts and comments in the chat as well. But while we're here, we also have a new feature which will be to me. My side, left side, in the chat somewhere, for a man of the match vote. So you can do that throughout the whole video. I think it's vote, exclamation mark, the space, and then the number of the player. There we go. There, that side. So whoever it is, do that. Do that throughout the show. There's an explanation beneath if you need any help with that as well. Anyway, let's get stuck into it. Alisson Becker. He's going to get quite a high rating from me. To be honest, I loved his play out from the back, his composure, everything that we kind of see from Alisson Becker throughout his career at Liverpool. But the point I've made on the watch-along and on the post-match show that I've already done is the fact that he's got these two lads in front of him. Now, if these two lads kind of push up and a ball comes over the top, last season it was a bit, if Williams and Nat Phillips are there, have they got the pace to kind of deal with it? But this man's also confident in these two, that he can come off his line, he can come out the box, he can take a touch. There was one moment where I did go a bit, but he's fine, he's composed, he dealt with it quite well. Within that, his crosses, again, with Burnley throwing bodies up top, he wasn't afraid to go and get kind of stuck in and put his body on the line to catch the ball. He's thrown out from the back as well. He did win the ball back, he did catch it, he was straight on the front foot, putting Liverpool on attack while there was space in behind that Burnley defence and midfield. But the one point that I do want to make, and I'll probably repeat this from the Burnley game, I'm sure Chris made this point as well, is the fact that he doesn't have a lot to do in a lot of those games, to be switched on. And in the 93rd, 94th minute where Barnes goes through, an absolute wonderful save. He spreads himself, he makes himself look big, a strong left hand, kept another clean sheet for himself. So I'm really impressed with Alisson Becker in there as well. You're getting your votes in for man of the match. Let me know your thoughts on Alisson Becker and that. I'm probably going to give Alisson Becker him a 9, to be honest. I'm really happy with the clean sheet for him. We're happy with everything else. His performance, he didn't do anything wrong for me, so he kind of gets a 9. Just to clarify something, when you do the vote, whatever else, that's just for the man of the match. We'll just do player ratings. If you give me your thoughts for Simicast, just put the number alone by itself. And I'll carry on with Costa Simicast right now. I'm very, very impressed with the man again. I think it's really important that he gets minutes under his belt. I think it's important that he starts games at Anfield, and he's done absolutely no damage to his reputation that he's carried on from pre-season and against Norwich at the weekend. Obviously gets himself another assist for the first goal. He's involved in lots of our attacking plays. His delivery from corners and crosses, I think, caused Burnley problems throughout the game. But the one thing that I really did like about him, one thing that I wasn't really maybe not sure of or confident on, I think I'd say, is his defensive play, his defensive work. What's he going to do? Is he going to get caught out of possession? Is he going to throw himself about when he kind of needs to? And he did exactly that. One moment that I want to pick out from him is the fact that he had 3 or 4 Burnley lads around him, was fighting for it, was putting his body on, was shoving people off, ends up on the floor with the ball underneath him, 3 lads around him, and then does some like Bobby Firmino magic, stands up, comes away with the ball and just goes, yeah, you have the ball. Absolutely loved that. And again, getting balls forward, being an attacking threat, having the confidence of the crowd behind him as well. Because, we say this a lot about Thiago, we'll come on to later on, we've seen bits of him last season, but he's not seen the crowd. He's not played at a full Anfield before, and he didn't shrug anything off there at all. Loads of people still doing the hashtag vote stuff. Let me scroll up a little bit as well. I'm going to give Simicast, I'm going to give him a 9 as well, because I thought he was absolutely exceptional today. Obviously, he goes off with a bit of a shoulder injury towards there at the end, and he comes off as a substitute. Robertson might be back for the Chelsea game, we don't know, but in my opinion, he's done nothing wrong to kind of dropped himself within there. We're going to move on to big Virgil van Dijk. How nice is it to say that again? Obviously, Chris did him last week. This is my first time, but I'm so happy this man is back in this side. Not just for his defensive displays, but his attacking displays, and we saw that for the second goal. Yeah, it was the second goal. Just a matter of times, he's able to spray the ball 60, 70 yards up to Mo Salah. I think there was one he played to Mo Salah. For the second goal, it was to Harvey Elliott. We're adding things to our games by having like just these two alone back in the side. Whether he wants to do a mazy run through, we're playing it short, we want to maintain possession, be cool, compiled and composed. Or like I said before, his defensive work as well. We play it long up to Barnes and Wood. Okay, yeah, they got a couple of knockdowns and whatever else, but he's going to throw himself in there in the mix as well. And equally, on attacking plays, both of them actually getting the heads on corners, causing a nuisance. If he didn't get the head on the corner, then we had people on the second ball and stuff like that. So I'm very, very impressed with Virgil van Dijk. There was one moment, I can't remember who was through, I think it was Rodriguez. He goes through and Virgil van Dijk makes the last-ditch tackle, which isn't like Virgil van Dijk, but it's also, in my mind, and it shouldn't be, it's nothing to do with me, more confident in my mind that his body is at the right place. He's not throwing himself on the line and then coming away from that last-ditch sliding tackle with an injury or a wince or anything like that. So, so happy with him. I want to give him a 9 as well. 2 games, 2 clean sheets. It's hard not to be impressed with all of these lads. I've been a bit generous, but I'm in a really good mood. If you disagree, let me know in the comments below. The comments don't seem to be working right now, but whatever, it's fine. We'll get through this. Joel Matip, I joked in the show, there was a moment there where he kind of headed it and then he went a bit daisy and he carried on. The no context Joel Matip thing, we'll have that clipped up. I went on after the game and it's already there. If you haven't seen it, go to no context Joel Matip thing. But again, everything that I've said about Virgil van Dijk, I think I will echo for Joel Matip. Again, the concern of going into the game, maybe for me and some other fans, where it's Burnley, it's Chris Wood, it's Barnes, it's Tarkowski, it's Ben Mee, not me, Ben Mee, going up for corners and attacks and being physical presence. Is Joel Matip that kind of player? And to be fair, I think he is. He might not look as physical and as broad as Konate, but Joel Matip's shown it time and time before that he's all right with putting up with that challenge. There's also the concern of his fitness. Will he be okay? Stuff like that. Will it take a little knock to him and he's fine? I think he got injured against Burnley a few times as well, so maybe that's why it's in people's minds. But I thought he stood up to everything. He was physical. He had other elements of his game with his passing, playing out from the back, being composed between the back lines of just spraying out to the right, to the left. Again, I'm just going to go and give him a 9. I could just give him a 10. I shouldn't have really. Won't make much of a show, but we'll talk through these points as and when we do it. The other thing about these two as well, actually, and why they get such high scores, is the fact that because the way that they play, I'm still talking about balls out from the back and pressing and whatever else, but they allow these two to do their game. So these two can bomb forward, he slots back in, they're there to kind of do that, but these two have got the confidence that they can bomb forward because they've got 2 of the best centre-backs in the league and in the world, right behind to do their defensive duties. And this man as well, Trent AlexanderArnold, how many times did he get forward as well within that game? His link-up play with him, Harvey Elliott and Mohamed Salah, we'll come to shortly, I thought was exceptional. There was give and goes, there was little triangles of play, there was lovely crosses, there was dangerous balls into the box, free kicks. His delivery is just always on point, but again, 1 point from him. A right back, assist, left back, assist. That ball that he plays, in fact, he tried to play it earlier on for Sadio Mane, a little ball that was kind of in between the 2 defenders, round the corner, between Tarkowski and me, not me, Ben Mee, and Mane hit it with his shin. But just quickly with that counter-attack from Virgil van Dijk to Harvey Elliott to Trent AlexanderArnold, first time ball, just delicately just chipped round the corner for Sadio Mane is absolutely exceptional. I think we're starting to see him play his game again, him be a threat, him get forward. I think I'm going to give him a 10, I think proper stuff stood out for me. I'm very aware I'm being generous with these comments, but and things, I don't care, I'm in a really good mood, and you should be as well, because Liverpool are top of the league after 2 games. Jordan Henderson, maybe a surprise start, but maybe not. But obviously with Fabinho not being there, you have to do the holding role in defence. Everything that you expect of Jordan Henderson, he did today. Now, obviously we couldn't hear the game because we were doing the commentary for it, but I think you can see in certain moments of play, he's ushering people, he's dictating, he's geeing people up, the lads, the control that he's got, the fact that, that's why he's a leader, that's why he's a captain. I absolutely love his little reverse ball. First time ball comes towards him and he just dinks it and he can play it around corners. And again, when you're trying to deliver crosses against Burnley, it's not easy. You've got to try and catch them off guard. You've got to try and get them out of position, or play it round corners so you can get someone running onto the ball on the attack. He did that numerous times for me today, and I think he was absolutely exceptional. I think I'm going to have to go and give him a 9 as well. Obviously, minutes under his belt. I think it's great to see him now, obviously with Fabinho missing. And to have the confidence as well, I think that we've got someone who can play that defensive midfield role. Obviously, he did it a lot when Fabinho first came in, but we've kind of got options there, so I'm sound with that. I've been very generous. I don't care. We're going to move on to these two. Who should we start with? Should we go Naby Keita, or should we go? We'll go Naby Keita first, actually. Again, I've said this on a lot of shows, and it's not a slight on him. It's another 80 odd minutes under his belt for him, which gives me confidence that he can go into the season and he can be managed properly. If he gets injured or he's injured after this, please don't blame me, because it's not my fault at all. There's no correlation whatsoever. But I think in terms of his control, his dictation of the play, he was happy to kind of just kind of keep hold of the ball in that midfield area and just go, come on, come and get it off us. And if he didn't, it was give and goes with Jordan Henderson. Again, I've mentioned the link-up play between these two on this side. For the lads that haven't really played together a lot, I thought Tsimikas, Keita and Mane did really well as well. You know, little triangles. He'd be on the underlap. You know, he switched with Jota. He dropped deep when Jordan Henderson went forward. And just the synergy this whole Liverpool team is clearly got me excited, and you should be excited as well. I thought he was a constant threat. He's looking for the little through balls, and that's what you want when you're playing low block sides who's going to put loads of men behind the ball and look to hit on a counter-attack, is to have that creative midfielder. And there's one of them there, Naby Keita. I'm just going to give him a 9 as well. I don't care. I actually don't care if you disagree or agree with me, but I'm very happy. I thought it was a very professional performance from all these lads today. One person who may be man of the match and was a bit of a shock start from the side, was Harvey Elliott. Now, he's played this midfield role in a lot of pre-seasons game. I think it was him, Keita and James Milner that was playing 6 in a lot of the games that they played. He's coming to this side from a loan at Blackburn Rovers, where he was kind of playing maybe the more Mo Salah role, and he's come in and gone, clock's gone, you're not going to get much game time in that position. He's gone, okay, I'll just play midfield then. It's completely fine. 18 years old, playing at Anfield, a full house. He just didn't shirk the challenge, did he? I think everything that you're kind of looking for was to pick up the ball, to make driving runs, whether it was inside, outside, the overlap for Mohamed Salah, a constant threat. He gets an assist from Mo Salah, which I think he's actually really unlucky with. You know, composure, maturity is the thing that strikes me about him. You know, he doesn't look out of place. You wouldn't think he was 18 years old, but, you know, to be under such pressure with players around him, with other options, or, you know, lads screaming for the ball to pass to him, and he just stopped dead and gone, there you go, Salah, on a plate for you. Unfortunately, Mo Salah was that much offside and he doesn't get the assist, but I'm so encouraged by his performance and equally Naby Keita of, you know, what's the squad depth for this side? Can we challenge? Can we do this? Do we need another midfielder? I know it's Norwich, I know it was Burnley, but I'm just taking of what's happened so far. He can do a job for us. He again, creative midfielder, can do another job for us in that midfield space. I think he deserves a 10, to be honest. It was not even a 10. I'll try and write a 10 on there. Yeah, and I think he was my man of the match, but we'll find out what the results were later on in that game. Mohamed Salah, I've mentioned before about these full-backs playing their games when you've got these two centre-backs back in place, but I think Mohamed Salah does the same sort of thing, constantly making runs in behind, constantly being a nuisance. He's so close. Liverpool do some excellent build-up play. He cuts in on his left, he tries to put it in the top bin, and he's inches wide. That's a classic Mo Salah goal, if you like. I thought he was exceptional. Again, he's not selfish. He's looking out for his teammates. Not that he ever was selfish, but some people don't get him apparently. You know what I'm talking about. You know, and he's just a constant threat within that side. You know, he will have seen other lads score last week, and he gets one himself. And we saw, you know, he's assisting Bobby. In fact, he got 2 assists last week. He thrives. In fact, I say this for most of these lads, actually. He thrives off the crowd. He's a performer. You know, he wants to score goals. You know, he wants to get Liverpool on the front foot. And again, against a physical defence, I thought again he was absolutely brilliant. So I'm going to give him a 9 as well. Sadio Mane, we're going to go to him next. Honestly, he could have had 2 or 3 goals within that game. And like I said, you know, he scored a goal last week. He gets one. Obviously, Bobby gets one against Norwich last season. He won't be pissed off. He'd just be more determined and gone, okay, I'm going to get a goal this time. And he picked up loads of different positions as well. It's what I liked about Sadio Mane's performance today. Of, you know, maybe Jota came deep at times, but there's so many 2 or 3 times, and ultimately where the goal comes from, of Mane's in the middle, and it's a quick turn, swivel, and try and shoot. Now, it doesn't come off every time, but Liverpool have struggled against these sides before by doing the same thing over and over again. Another thing that I noticed today was the amount of movement that Liverpool had with you know, up against a low block side, and, you know, it caused problems. They resorted into throwing our players on the floor, which is exactly what happened. So yeah, I'm going to give Sadio Mane a 9. I can see some comments coming in now. Well, people are still voting for players. All right, and keep your man of the match vote coming so far. Who's winning so far? No idea. I'm sure Tom will tell me shortly. What? Tsimikas is winning now, of course he is. Oh, maybe we should give him a 10 then. Diogo Jota, again, there was question marks whether he died off a little bit in the Norwich game for the last 20 minutes, half an hour. Should he start? Should Bobby start? What a wonderful place that we're in, that we can go, well, who shall we start this week, or who's fit? Again, same as the movement, as I said before, picking up the right places, making runs in behind. This is what he does. Bobby tends to pick the ball up and then with his back to goal, turn, then go. Whereas Jota makes runs in behind. I think he was asking questions of Tarkowski and me, and helping out Mane when he needed to, coming back doing the defensive work. in fact, he got that annoyed, I think, with Ashley Barnes. You know, he was causing him troubles on set pieces when he was defending corners. So it's good to see all these lads. And more importantly, I'd say, particularly from these two, in fact, no, all three of them actually, was the pressing. There was times where, you know, Mane was trying to hound the ball down. I'll go support my man. I'll go and help him out. Even in defensive positions, Tsimikas had the ball at times. Okay, Jota was there to go and help the team. Liverpool are working like a well-oiled machine once again. And again, when I'm saying making run to behind, that's where his goal comes from. We played Burnley before, we played Brighton, we played West Brom, all these teams, and we're just throwing crosses in. And it's not really Bobby's game. Okay, Bobby has scored headers for us before, but his run to go in front of, in between the two centre-backs, he creates that goal. It's a great cross from Costa Tsimikas, but if he obviously doesn't make that run, have the confidence, and a little flick-on header past Pope, it's an excellent goal for Diogo Jota. So I'm going to give him a 9. And this might possibly be the highest scoring player ratings ever, and I'm fine with that. You might disagree with me, and you can do. On the bench, I'm not going to make you mark these lads because I don't think it's worth doing it, but I think there is a couple of talking points within them as well. Obviously, as I mentioned Bobby Firmino before, great to have that option come off the bench, and it's not a substitution out of necessity, it's a substitution out of luxury. How nice is that? You know, we played Chelsea on Saturday at 5:30, we'll be back for that one, but it's not like something's not working, we'll bring him on. It's like, oh yeah, 2-0 up, we'll just bring Bobby Firmino on, you know, one of the best strikers in the league, certainly one of the best players in the league. Equally for Joe Gomez, I think in terms of his recovery, it's not Joel Matip's got a bit of a knock, Van Dijk's not 100%, okay, we'll put Joe Gomez on. I mean, Canati on the bench as well, so I think in terms of his confidence, getting a reception at Anfield as well for being out for such a long time, and the fans not being there, I think is huge for him. And the same for Thiago. Okay, well, he's not ready for 80, 90 minutes. We'll just put this 18-year-old lad on instead ahead of Thiago because we know he can do the business. And then we could bring on Thiago afterwards, get him some minutes under his belt again ahead of Chelsea. There's lots of question marks or headaches of who starts. Could you argue that those lads deserve to be dropped for Chelsea? Probably not, but I think Thiago's a different kettle of fish. I think it's really important to get minutes under his belt. Again, when you're a tiring Burnley side who are 2-0 down, you nearly score a goal, Liverpool then go make it 2-0, and then Liverpool look towards the bench and then bring these three lads on. And there's still Canate, Andrew Robertson, other options on the bench. I think it's a really good position for Liverpool to be in. I think it's absolutely exceptional. So fair play to Liverpool and Thiago. Osman said Thiago was asleep, bit of rust on him, to be honest. Yeah, that's why it's 10-15 minutes. He played the behind closed doors game against Aston Villa, but you know, he's getting up to speed. And like I said, there's a different frustration there. Of it's like he's a bit rusty and we need to win the game. I think you're right. It's equally a good point. And Pemodoma says Matip is the silent hero. Yeah, gone right under the radar there as well. So let me know if you agree with those comments. My ratings, if you think they're too high, that's completely fine. It's just my opinion. Doesn't really matter. Doesn't. Your man of the match, which you voted for, Tom will tell me right now. Costa Tsimikas gets man of the match, and quite right too. He got a standing ovation from the crowd as he went off. He left everything on the pitch, which is a bit mad because you're giving Harvey Elliott a 10, but you know, you voted for him as man of the match. Left everything out there on the pitch, and maybe he's been told that before the game of Robertson's going to play Chelsea, mate, just absolutely go for it. But to go from his performance last week where he was tired after, 60, 70 minutes, to go and do that, and just his all-round game, I think was exceptional, an excellent choice for man of the match. So yeah, keep your thoughts and your comments coming. Please do like the stream as well. We've got lots of love and lots of support on the watch along as well, and some of the other shows. So it does mean a lot to me. Actually, it means a lot to me. So if you could like it, I would really appreciate it. Me and Errol are going to be back with an instant match reaction, doing 15-20 minutes on the game ourselves. So please do come and join us for that. We're taking some of your comments. Yeah, get your play ratings. If you disagree with any of these, let me know. If you agree, you think it should all be 10s, let me know. We'll be back very, very shortly, and we'll see you soon. Ta-ra.